start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Kid. Give us a few minutes to pay these bills and we'll get going.
Just don't quit, do you?
There are a lot of checks today.
Spent a lot, right?
Yeah, we spent a lot.
Yeah. Says at the top how much we paid out this month. And at the bottom, how many deposits. There wasn't any deposits.
Yeah.
Should have a windfall last month.
Make up for this one.
What is those stitching cords? Are those for those 18-volt deals?
What'd that cost?
Well, a 45-footer cost, I don't know, like $300 and some, and a 50-footer cost $800 for the extra 5 foot.
I've got to go up there and look at that, see what that's all about. Morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
Can you send that down to him?
I thought it'd be that much. You probably heard our new ambulance is an 18-volt system instead of a 12-volt.
What is?
The new ambulance.
Serious?
Yeah.
Jacked up, but the batteries are pretty good for that one, huh? Here's a handsome looking ambulance. 18 volts.
It's not gonna
Car's
hook up
12.
to any.
Here's the car's 12.
Why would you do it, Nancy?
Oh, they have a lot more stuff going on in the ambulance.
Does that mean it takes 2 pickups to jump start it?
And
What would
then
you
you're
use?
over.
Would you use 6 volts?
Good morning. Not yet.
Maybe they make a battery.
No, the barn's not wired for it.
Oh,
Don't have big enough breakers.
Germans always say, "We're not as
Terry.
Different life. We just. We had somebody call for the break. But do we still have stuff that could be done for us? end of the month.
Got the place already picked up?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Over in Cheyenne.
Just a little bit out of town.
You a country girl?
Yeah, you know it. That's how I grew up.
How does Ally like it in the country?
No, the boys love it.
Oh, I bet.
think they're doing pretty well. I miss them in town.
I bet.
That wasn't the.
Find those extension cords. Can't believe our roll-up cord cost that much.
Payroll.
Two of them. And about. But it's. Yes, so that kind of, and then downstairs, bath, those two rooms have 2 cents. It works.
Do you have any application? Nothing. What can you do now?
One of the drivers or
Well, they said no. It's terrible.
Your cord's only $88 a foot. For the longer one.
Yeah, that extra 5 feet cost a little money, didn't it?
Yeah, $88 a foot. $7.35 an inch.
But I sent that other one down there and you needed to sign it, didn't you? I need the payroll back, is it down there? Or is it looking, you're looking at it?
You're on right now.
people who need to. Yeah.
I've looked at them.
It's old school.
Swimming pool, looks like it's about ready to get full.
Water. It'll move fast now.
My grandkids are so excited.
I needed some of that stuff to see it above the line for everybody to start.
Yeah, paying attention.
Yeah.
So what's our completion date now?
Hard, what do they call it, hard opening? Hard opening on the pool is the 21st?
I think July 22nd.
So have your swimsuit ready. Or just your shorts, you know. Wade in, put your feet in.
Or a full body suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or-
You wanna go off the high dive.
It's not gonna be pretty no matter what.
I think they're selling tickets for dignitaries like you. Make the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the help.
Good. Max is so worried they're gonna take that crane away. He wants that crane to stay. He thinks somehow that's connected to, it's connected to the pool. And I'm like, no, Max.
See if they get those stem walls poured there.
Maybe the slide will be up to take its place.
He wants that crane.
Is there a chance you could move?
Pardon?
Is there a chance you could move? Can you move? You're in Karen's place.
That's what
Like the church pew here.
Do it. Need a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll plus approval of the meeting of the minutes from 4:28 and 5:15.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. City of St. Francis. Anything for us today, or you just visiting?
We're visiting.
Both.
We're doing a little reciprocating deal. We do have a few things.
Okay.
We're really concerned about the tax sale since Nicole's leaving. Is that going to start all over? Or?
Nope, it's not. Everything's together. Leslie and I will be meeting tomorrow morning to hand off the file. So we have everything to start actually filing pleadings. So
That's really good news for us because it seems like we've had a lot of false starts. And that's one of the best ways we can get property cleaned up around town.
They've got quite a few places.
Yeah.
I don't know if all those places fall under the tax sale though, because
Yeah, right.
we need the 2 years. And I know before some of the properties Mike had discussed with me, I don't think they were on that most recent list.
Some of them we've had a long time. And I would imagine they would probably fall in.
A good number of them,
Yeah.
yes.
But any of them, just as long as there's some teeth in it so that we've got some ability then to help get our properties cleaned up. It's hard to bat 100%, but there's some property around it in nice neighborhoods. A lot of them are absentee, and that makes it really difficult. You know, we have to mow it, put the bill on the taxes up here, and very seldom we get money back. That's right.
Nicole, if they come back, can they still catch up?
They can. Mhm.
And how long is that window open yet?
They can actually pay their back taxes up until we get the order of foreclosure. And once the foreclosure action is filed, that is not a quick process. I mean, that is a month-long process of publishing notices, serving people. So up until we actually get the order of foreclosure, they can come up and pay. And I will say from the start of this, when we first started working on it, I mean, over half of those people that were past due have come in and paid.
Motivated them a little bit to.
Yeah, a good amount. I mean, just publishing that resolution, going forward with that, did get a lot of compliance on that front end. The difference now is, I mean, the longer they wait, the more costs that are involved. Because once the abstracts came back, they had to pay for those. And then as we continue to make steps in the foreclosure, they will have to pay costs for that. But they can technically come in and pay up until we get the order of foreclosure.
Good. I'd imagine on some of those, the research was something else.
I felt bad for the abstractors. And to be honest, the biggest difficulty in the tax sale, Leslie, unfortunately, is going to be the notice requirement, because we're required to serve these people, and there are a good number of people on that list that are just absentee, and so we're going to have to do notice publication, and that just, it takes time. So I think that's probably most of the remaining properties. There are issues there, that's why they're remaining.
Yeah, and I can tell you something, because we've been fighting for a long time, we can't even get a hold of anything.
So what do you do in that case? Does it go back, or do you have to figure
Well,
errors, or-
if we can't figure it out, we'll just do notice publication. So we'll publish in the paper, and we'll have to publish for a certain amount of time. Make sure we give appropriate notice to anyone that might have an interest in that property. Leslie will have to do that.
Well, and you have to go through a personal service process first before you can go to
The notice.
the notice via publication. You have to show that you've made a good faith effort to get these persons served and have a return from a law enforcement agency or a process server to show that you actually tried. And only then, after you have that, can you go in to the court and say, here's what we've done, and so we can't find them, and we're going to have to publish in the paper.
And that's why it will take time. Because we can't just, some of these people we know we may not be able to serve, but we still have to make that attempt and make the record in court.
Can you say how many you have on the tax?
I can't off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's under 20
Okay.
properties.
Well, it'll be good revenue for the Herald.
You guys have anything else?
I just want to bring you guys up to date on the recycling. Like I said, I talked to Ed earlier, Bird City's building, I think they plan on trying to get into it by the end of the month. And with that being said, some of that, a portion of that money that you give for operations, I'll try to figure out maybe with Scott a prorate deal so that they can get their prorated amount, maybe to help them with operations. I've talked to the council on JR and we're agreeable to that. It'll mean less work for us up here anyhow.
Okay.
And maybe we can base it off of tonnage. Since they banned cardboard, there's been a considerable increase in what's been recycled tonnage.
There's people up there every time I go up there.
Yes, there is. And I would imagine we'll be close to 250 tons this year. And, it's pretty admirable for a small county.
Yeah, we're doing well there.
I do appreciate you guys standing behind it too, because especially with the tax lid, it's been hard for some of the counties to budget for. We've given a little resistance. Dues will not go up this year. They will remain the same as last year. And what we're charging to pick up, we're reviewing that and see if we can't lower that. Because I got the highest price county, because we're the farthest away. So we're going to try to review the cost and see if we can get that down. That's it.
Roger, do you know how much of that tonnage is cardboard? How much we're keeping out of that?
I would if I had my figures here, but I don't know.
Would you guess half?
Tonnage?
Yeah.
I think it could be at least half.
Wow.
Because it's heavy.
Yeah.
You know, when you got your milk cartons, your plastic and stuff, glass, would be the only other thing that's going on. And your newspaper and newspapers are down, but magazines, I don't know about you guys, I get so many magazines anymore, flyers in the mailbox. That is a, I was at a meeting last week, and Byron was at, it was a solid waste management meeting with KDHE, and we gave a presentation on our deal over Colby, and really, they commended Byron on how he's got, trying to get that last sale big life as he can. I don't know anything else, girls. Appreciate you inviting us.
Oh, you're always welcome. Nicole?
Well, Leslie Bimes will be your new county attorney. My last day is Monday at the end of the day. Leslie and I are going to meet tomorrow morning to ensure a smooth transition. I think things are relatively organized to hand on to her, although maybe a little overwhelming. Beyond that, I do have some issues that we'll need to go into executive session for legal counsel. I would request the court, the commissioners, to allow Leslie to stay in here for that, just for consistency, since she will be your counsel starting Tuesday.
Are you planning on maintaining an office here in town?
Yes.
I've been asked that question a couple of times.
Yes, I plan on keeping everything the same. Same
Okay.
office building, same as much as possible,
Okay,
so that there's no confusion in regards to how to get a hold of me or where I'm going to be.
good. Like I said, I've had a couple of people ask me if, you know, if you're gonna maintain an office here
Yes.
and
Yes.
And Leslie's been great. She is willing to keep everything the same, office, phone, fax. Jessica, who I have helping
Good.
with county attorney stuff, at least for a while to figure out what does and doesn't work. Because right now things are not perfect, but they're moving pretty smoothly. So I think it's gonna be really easy to work with Leslie and make sure we have a smooth transition.
And I'm also changing up my caseload and such, so that I will be here on a consistent basis.
good. That seemed to be a major concern for most people, you know, especially when there was talk of retaining prosecutor from Colby or Goodland, and that was immediately the topic, are they gonna be here? So I'm glad to hear that. Okay, do I hear a motion to go into executive session?
How long?
Let's do 10 minutes.
Move to go into executive session for 10 minutes.
All those in favor? Aye.